Buonasera and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the beautiful briny depths of Subnautica on the Xbox One. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Great to have you here with me. Welcome back to the amazing Subnautica. I'm super pumped to be here. Everything's looking amazing. There has been a new update to Subnautica, and this update I am really I've been looking forward to more than anything out of any of the updates that have came to Subnautica. This is the eye candy update, which boasts increasing the performance and the graphic rendering, what happened to my base, of the game by a fair amount. And it also gives us some graphical options to play with so that we can tweak the game to see how it actually performs at different settings, which is absolutely excellent. I'm really hoping that we won't have the huge issue of being in an underwater exploration game and having to wait 2 minutes for the terrain and objects that we are actually searching for to be loaded in around us. But straight away, just by having a look around, I can clearly see the chunk that I am actually in at the moment is rendered. Nothing else is rendered around me, which is a huge shame. And also, none of this was here before. These were flat platforms. And now there's these tower spires been added here, which is a huge pain in the butt because I'm now going to have to completely redesign my base, which is a massive shame. What was that? Oh, sorry, it was just some fish. So the game is still quite juddery. The loading in is still not fantastic at all. So I'm already straight off the bat I'm not impressed. I hate to say it, I'm not massively impressed with it straight off the bat. It's a bit of a shame. I've literally just loaded the game in. I haven't really done anything at all. This is a huge pain in the butt. I'm gonna have to completely redesign my home now. So at the end of the last episode, we had actually built this guy up, and we had these moon pools sat over these flat plateaus. I was mostly happy about the one on the other side because there was almost like a ramp on this flat plateau, and that's still there. You can kind of see this little curling ramp around here, and I figured it'd be perfect to have our little prawn suit and we could walk ourselves up the ramp and then jump up into our moon pool. But now these tower things have been added here and it's going to completely ruin everything. So whoa. Really, Subnautica, really, this is actually still, probably if anything, I'm finding it a lot worse than it was a second ago. But we do have a couple of options in the main menu to have a look at, so let's jump out. If I can actually scroll down. Not going to worry about saving because we haven't done anything. Let's just quit to the main menu and see what these options do, and load back in and see what changes we get. Okay, so here we are at the main menu. Press menu. Loading ourselves up and in. There it is. The eye candy update is here. The main benefits are improved performance and less bugs. There are also a few fancy new graphic options for you to tinker with in the main menu. So if we head down to options, we now have a graphics panel over here. Now, I don't know what any of this is. I have absolutely no idea what anti-aliasing is. TAA, FXAA. Okay. Anti-analyzing quality is low, medium, high, off. So what I'm going to try to do is just turn everything off. Let's turn the bloom off. Motion blur quality is off. Ambient occlusion. Can I go off? I can indeed. Dithering. No idea what that is. We're turning it off. And those are all the settings that we actually have. I don't know what any of this is. I'll leave the anti-aliasing at FXAA because I don't know what the differences between TAA and FXAA are, but we'll leave it at that and we'll load ourselves back in. Oh, we got control bindings. That's pretty nice. Oh, and quick slot activations. That's very interesting. Tool alternate use. Okay, take a picture. Reload. Oh wait, reload item, not the game. Okay, so we've changed those bits. Let's see if that makes any big difference to us when we try to load the game back in. Okay, so here we are again. Everything has been disabled on the graphic settings as we went through there. Let's see what changes that seems to make to it now. Again, I can very easily clearly see the chunk that I'm actually living in at the moment. Super peeved that these pillars are here. Completely ruined my freaking base. Gonna have to redesign everything. I might even have to move. It's alright. I wasn't super pumped with the layout of it. It was a little bit strange, I must admit. But let's just have a little bit of a soar around here and see if we get any kind of real change in what we've been having here. Now I know that there's a wreckage over in this direction, and this will make a good test for us to see if the game is actually managing to render in objects. Again, the terrain loading is still incredibly glitchy and it's not going to take me long to catch that horizon, I'm fairly certain, and this is where it is. So let's count it down. Go away, Sand Shark, I'm busy. Do you mind? Okay, there it is. So that was still a good few seconds, but not incredibly bad for it. In all honesty, with the settings changed, like with the bloom turned off and whatever those other settings did, doesn't seem to be a massive change in the way that the game looks. Not really a huge change in it altogether. I saw a little life pod over in that direction. I don't know if we've actually had a look at this one. Let's have a little look. Check it out a bit. There's something glowing over there. There is something rendered in over on the horizon over there. Is that my life pod? It is my life pod. Okay, fair enough. So let's head away down here. There's that little life pod dude. Hey there, little man. Ow. Ow. You got anything of interest for me? There's a PDA in there. I don't know if I've seen you. I'm not entirely sure if I've seen you. Let's have a look at you. No, I have already found this one. It's just already loaded back in. Fair enough. Alright, okay, interesting stuff. Now, we still haven't explored this wreckage. And the one thing I wanted to get into today was to get some power set up for our base, because we have no real means of power. However, sadly, since the terrain has changed around me, I'm now going to have to redesign what I was planning to do with this habitat, because these platforms aren't going to work the way I wanted to now. We're now going to have huge parts of building rendered inside of our base, so I'm going to have to think about what to do with it, maybe move it somewhere else, and in all honesty, I'm really getting quite fed up with the performance issues of the game, and the rendering distances are just constantly irritating me, like really getting on my nerves. And this is over on the surface in the safe shallows. As soon as we get to the stage where we're going to start looking at the underground caves and like the lava zones and things like this, the game just pretty much locks up for me. So you know what? This will be an incredibly short episode. I think that I'm actually going to go ahead and leave it. For all of you guys who have been enjoying the season, do not panic. I will return to it one day, but especially since that update boasted an increase in performance issue and bugs, for me to sign back into the game and see the game performing exactly the same as it has been, if not a little bit worse, is just incredibly disappointing. So in my eyes, in my way of saying, no, I'm sorry, Unknown Worlds, I'm incredibly unsatisfied with the amount of performance issues that has been constant issue with this game. Maybe one day things will be smoothed out and things will actually run a lot better, but this constant horizon, like all the time with this constant horizon, is just really winding me up. And I've turned off everything I can for the graphical settings, and we still get this constant chunk. Yeah, I'm not very pleased with it. Do me a huge favour and let me know down in the comment section below what you think of the state of performance of Subnautica at the moment. Is it something that is worth sticking out and continue playing through with? I do know there has been quite a few new stuff added that I would really like to get a look at, but sadly at the moment I just kind of can't stomach the quality of it any longer. It's always been a bit of an issue while I've been recording it on my channel, and in all honesty, with the state of the game as it is, I don't really feel confident putting it up on my channel because the quality is too low. I don't really want to be recording games where there's things like this happening, like giant chunks of terrain missing all the time. And I mean, there's been plenty of times that we've been out looking for something and I've spent hours and hours searching around just to find out that it was actually right here, and I've just had to wait 35 seconds for it to actually render in. Yeah, it's a huge disappointment, I know, but do me a huge favour, as I said, let me know in the comment section down below if you would like me to continue trying to make more and more episodes of Subnautica. I do know there is quite a few people of you guys who do enjoy it, and I have really enjoyed it as well. I really love the game. The potential is incredible. It's such huge potential for this game. It's absolutely beautifully done. It's a wonderful idea, and I would really like to see it being pulled off in a successful way, but as I said, sadly, here we are at one of the Koosh-ball biomes. I'm just not incredibly satisfied with the performance of it at the moment, and I want to kind of give it a break. I don't want to like drain out what the game is actually like. I mean, see, I can see under the map. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't want to get completely and utterly sick of it, and then when the game is actually performing well, find that I don't want to play it. So I'm going to give it a good old break here. We're going to work on some other stuff on the channel, let the guys catch up, and try, please, Unknown Worlds. I really, really like this game, and I'd love to be able to play it constantly without having a huge issue. Let's see some improvement on this. It would be absolutely wonderful. But until then, everybody, incredibly short episode, literally about not even at the 15-minute mark, and we're going to go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys ever so much for watching and for all of your support on the Subnautica series. If you have any other tips and tricks, maybe to do with the graphical settings that could improve this, do me a huge favour, drop it in the comments box below, and also let's start a little bit of a discussion about what the game performance is going to be. Do you think it's still worth playing? How long do you think it will be until they actually manage to smooth this game out? It's a real shame because it's a beautiful game, but hopefully in the near future it'll all get finished up and fixed. But as I said, thank you all again. It's been absolutely great playing this game with you, and I can't wait to return it to the channel. But until this performance issues is fixed up, I can't stomach it anymore. I just can't. I've had enough of it. Take care, everybody. All the best. And I can't wait to see you all again soon.